let's talk about one of my favorite Korean movies.
동막골에 놀러 오세요.
동막골에 놀러 오세요.
Welcome to Dongmakgol.
Welcome to Dongmakgol.
동막골에 마이 하나 둘셋 놀러와요.
마이 놀러와요.
Welcome to Dongmakgol. Okay, so in this review, I'm not going to give any spoilers because even though this movie is kind of old, I don't want to ruin it for anybody who actually might want to watch it. Welcome to Dongmakgol has an excellent and funny storyline. The acting and the editing is superb, it's a lot of fun to watch, and this was a huge hit in Korea. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it here. So it was actually a play first, and then they changed it into a movie. So let me tell you a little bit about it. The year is 1950, during the Korean Civil War. A US Navy pilot crashes near a tiny village called Dongmakgol, which translates to the last eastern valley. He's in the middle of nowhere. He's hurt and all alone. So the villagers, who are cut off from the rest of the world, they know absolutely nothing about the war or anything outside of their village. They take him in and nurse him back to health. Around that time, a couple of South Korean soldiers find their way to the village. And next, a trio of North Korean soldiers wind up in the same village as well. So there's a Mexican standoff between the North and the South Korean soldiers. And that lasts a couple of days. So I said no spoilers, right? Let's see if I can hold on to that promise. Something happens, and then something else happens, which makes the soldiers realize they have to stay in the village to help them survive. But the tension between the soldiers is still evident. So here's something about Korean culture you should understand when watching this film, is that when there's a flower in the hair, it doesn't mean beauty or beautiful or pretty like it does in the West. In Korean culture, it means you're crazy. You're crazy if you have flowers in your hair. And another interesting tidbit is these statues. These represent gods of protection, and they were often seen placed around villages to keep them safe. The acting in this movie seems candid at some points. We've got the corn on the face, the great facial expressions, and the tight close-ups. Oh, I love it. The turning point of the story happens when the villagers and the soldiers are working together in the fields, and a wild boar attacks them. They all work together to save each other, and that's when the soldiers start to realize that they might actually be able to trust each other. The villagers don't eat meat, so the soldiers sneak out at nighttime to eat the pig, not knowing they would all meet each other. They start to dine together, and this is confirming their ideas of peace. So let me tell you why. Eating in Korea is what brings people together. Relationships are developed, deals are made, contracts are signed. If you're able to eat and drink with somebody and have a real conversation with them, you're able to start to trust them. And that's what we see here. It's humorous and very heartfelt. The character development of some of the villagers and a couple of the soldiers intertwines beautifully with the progression of the story. And to see the perspectives of these characters actually change throughout time is awe-inspiring. For example, this lady who lost her husband to the outside world was worried that her son would also leave due to the influence of the outsiders. But then she changes her worries on her son leaving to the soldiers abandoning them. She wants the soldiers to stay because they've become part of the village. Even the soldiers don't want to leave. But why leave? Just so they can fight in a war that they don't even want to be part of? I wonder if these soldiers really believe in why they're fighting. War is hell, and this movie shows that perspective as well. But hey, what do I know? I don't even understand the meaning of the butterflies. I know they represent something, but I don't have a good answer to it yet. I think we need to talk to one of the actors who was actually in the movie in order to understand the butterflies or the other minute intricacies of this film. So with that said, let's talk to Steve.
How are you?
What?
How are you?
How do you think I am? Huh? I mean, how do you think I am? Look at me. Huh? I mean, look at me. I'm tied up with sticks here. You know, I feel like shit. Like shit.
Alright, I'm just kidding. But here's the real Steve. Thank you for doing this interview with me. Could you give a brief self-introduction to everybody?
Yeah, of course. It's my pleasure. I'm Steve Taschler. I was in the film Welcome to Dongmakgol. I played Smith. I live in Los Angeles, and that's about it for now.
Here's a question I was curious about. When And where did you do the shooting?
The village was in Pyeongchang. The region was Gangwon-do, was all in the mountains and all of that. And then, of course, a lot of green screen studio stuff was done in Seoul and right outside. We started in July of 2004. And I was there until February of 2005.
So you you were here a lot longer than I thought you were here.
Yeah, I was there. I came home for about maybe 2 weeks in between. And that was it. But I was there for 6 months, yeah.
So have you been back to Korea since then?
No, I haven't. I'm very sad about that. It's one of the first places on my list to go check out. Me and my fiance have the places we got to knock down, and Korea is definitely one of them. I want to show him Seoul and show him all the countryside and stuff too.
It's been 15 years since you've been here then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just love it. It's still in my heart. Still in my heart. I have a jar of kimchi in my fridge right now at all times. It's true.
I hope that's not 15 years old.
It could be.
It would taste just as great.
Exactly.
What was your biggest culture shock?
I mean, probably the biggest thing was the size of a lot of things, especially in the countryside. Because I probably saw, like, even just driving through, sometimes we do little shoots here, little shoots there. And I saw a lot of the country. And we would be in towns where, there was one hotel and one little corner store and a couple of little restaurants. So the showers there were just, little hoses that came out of the wall. And I sat on a little stool and showered myself at 4 o'clock in the morning and went out onto set and shot the film. So the size of things was definitely a huge culture shock for me.
The butterflies. And I don't know what they represent. I don't know what they mean.
Yeah.
This has been bothering me for 5 years now. What are the butterflies?
The butterflies are obviously a part of a fantasy. And they're one of those things that are up to interpretation. I always like to think that maybe they sort of were like the puppeteers, kind of, like they were the reason that they distracted my character in the plane and sort of were the reason why the plane crashed. They're always kind of there, making things happen. I feel like they're kind of like fate.
I do like that answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm maybe 90% on board with that answer, but
what did you think?
I don't know. because there are some inconsistencies with them. Fate, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm 90% with you on that one. But I really appreciate that answer. Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. My pleasure.
All right. Another question is, what have you been doing lately? What's your life like now, post Welcome to Dongmakgol?
One day I was like, I don't want to act anymore. I left, I moved to the beach. I got a dog who I still have. I got a bunch of tattoos and I came out of the closet. So that's what I did after I got finished with Dongmakgol.
Well, congratulations with that.
Yeah,
You're living your true self. That's good.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. I feel great. Yeah. And I'm also sewing. I'm always been a crafty bitch. So I've always been real crafty. So yeah, I've been sewing a lot. And
you have an Etsy page too, right?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. And do you sell most of your stuff on Etsy or do you have any other websites?
Mostly just online. Yeah. It's kind of just a hobby and a side gig.
That's all right. It's working out for you. I'll put your links in the description.
Yeah.
So other people can check it out.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll post your Instagram too.
Yeah, please. Yeah, throw it up there. That'd be awesome.
For sure.
I like this movie because it's different than anything Hollywood could produce. Although it's surreal, it feels like it's something that could have happened. It makes us question our own humanity. It makes us question, what would we have done? How would we have reacted? It's a comedy that makes us cry. And the call for a better humanity echoes throughout the film. That's why I liked it. I'm sure you will too. But I still don't know what the butterflies mean. So if you have an idea, please write that down in the comments below. Thank you for making it to the end of this video, and a special thanks to Steve for letting me interview him. That was awesome. Also, if you have any other Korean movie review suggestions, let me know. See ya!